How to make friends when you're traveling alone. Traveling solo is an empowering experience. There's much to be said for for going to certain places by yourself. Personally, you enjoy the solitude. You get to learn yourself, understand yourself, and know yourself. But at the same time, how do you make friends? One, people say, this is not one of my favorite rules, but our friends at Life Hackers say, stay at a hostel. Staying at a hostel allows you to sort of, it's a gathering place where people on a budget, solo travelers from all across the world come together, and so it's a natural social environment. I'm not a big hostel person, just putting that out there. 2, stay on the beaten path. So, when you're traveling by yourself, it's not a really good idea, especially when you're trying to make friends, to go off and do sort of, things that aren't necessarily touristy. So try to stay on the path, grab a Lonely Planet, grab a traveler's guide. It won't lead you to all the hidden gems, but it'll put you in a place where there's going to be other travelers you can have conversations with. 2, take a day trip or organize pub crawl. Tour companies, they do this all the time. They have one in DC all the time where you're meeting people on the pub crawl and you sort of have a facilitator, or you're on a day trip and you're going up to the hills. There's a whole bunch of you on there. The other thing is talk to the locals. I'm a big believer. Talking to the locals is fun. You get to know about the city. You get to learn things. You get to understand the culture. And, get used to that. We call them the DC questions, but it really should be like the lonely traveler questions. 1, where are you from? 2, how's your trip been going? And 3, where are you going next? Those are 3 ways to get to be familiar with somebody, getting to know somebody, and figuring out if there's some synergy and you guys can be traveler friends. I went to Paris almost 10 years ago now, and I went alone. And I went to Paris alone, and boom, 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 boom. And so, whatever the reason might have been, at the Eiffel Tower, I met this young lady, and they were talking about like how much it costs to the elevator. I'm like, oh, I'll take the stairs. And she's like, oh, I'll do it if you do it. And we literally hung out for the whole day in Paris. I've never seen her again, I don't believe. I think we exchanged contact information. But she was my Paris traveling buddy for the whole day and made the experience so much better. She had a great time. I had a great time. And we did it together. We were like a couple for a day. It was awesome. But the moral of the story here is get to know somebody, stay on the beaten path, and you can actually find treasure on your trips by yourself.